Levi Cody, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream, dude. Yeah, I just restarted the music. I didn't even care, whatever. I still have to get ready and stuff. Gotta situate, gotta discombobulate. Shorty ATD Dodo Gamer, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the... Oh, wait, I have to wait to do that part of the podcast. Hold on. Give me a second. I don't even have anything ready yet. I was downstairs making tea for the podcast, for the rest of the podcast, and it was just so hot, and I was responding to some people on Facebook Marketplace because I'm selling all my things. So yeah. Alright, hold on. Let me just start the podcast. Okay, hold on. Let me find the right scene. It's a scuffed podcast. You know, we're always scuffed. But guys, welcome to the... You know what's about to happen. You know I'm about to say it. 48th installment of the NP podcast. Welcome, welcome. It's so nice to see everybody here. And after so long of not doing a podcast, and I swear, guys, for the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to do the podcast. I tried to do it on Sunday at 7 p.m. the last 2 weeks. And good thing I didn't say anything last night because I was too busy watching Tokyo Ghoul. That's so gay to say, but yeah, I missed doing the podcast last night because I was watching Tokyo Ghoul. And now let me get some background music real quick because I'm scuffed. Oh, this is the Scuffed podcast. And we're going to play some Minecraft lo-fi because we always have to have lo-fi in the stream. My light's in the way. Alright, let me read the comments. Take your time. Yeah, I'm always taking my time on this podcast. I've died on Discord, but I won't stop watching content, dude. Dude, I'm glad. And you need to get off Discord anyways, so don't worry. That stuff is so unhealthy for your brain. It's your grandma's birthday, dude. I'm so glad she made it through another year and through her COVID, dude. Everybody, let's get a clap and chat. That Minecraft music, man. That... Okay. Maybe I gotta turn it down because that's taking me too back. But guys, so much has happened. As you can see, I'm rocking the mustache now. So, as I turned 20 years old, I decided that for so long in my life, I've had a beard. I've rocked a beard ever since I was able to grow one, which was at 13 years old. And before that, I did have a mustache because that was all I could grow from 11 to 12. I could only grow this wispy little mustache. But after that, I was rocking the full beard, you know, when I was allowed to actually grow it. And so now I decided, after all these years of rocking an amazing beard, an incredible beard at that, I want to do something else to mark a new era of being older, of doing something else. So I thought it was perfect to do a mustache because mustaches are dope. I think it looks awesome. It looked really goofy when I first got it, but now it's grown on me. Literally and not so literally, as in I've enjoyed it more now. It's like a fine wine. It's like a nice moldy cheese. It gets better with age, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, life is good. I turned 20 years old, and let me say, that is a crazy experience. Psych. Your age just turns a different number. I don't know. I've turned 20 times. I've turned a new year 20 times, and that's pretty awesome to say that you've existed that long. And it's kind of an accumulation of experience. You say you're 20 years old and you can kind of assume how much experience somebody's had in life, and sure, other 20-year-olds can have more experience than other 20-year-olds, but I think I'm very grateful for being 20 years old and having the experiences that I have. I've done a lot of work. I've spent my entire life, a quarter of my life doing YouTube now, that's nuts to say. An entire quarter of my life spent doing YouTube. That's 5 years. And well, it's not exactly 5 years yet. It'll be 5 years in May. But I still think that's very crazy that I've been doing a dream of mine that I had since how old was I in 2010? I guess I was 8 in 2010. So maybe 9 years old. I wanted to do YouTube, and that's crazy. I'm doing it. I'm living the dream. What can I say? Life is good. Now let me read the comments. 3 more years until she's 69 years old. You have a very young grandmother. My grandmother's 71 or 72. That's nuts. But yeah, turning 20, there's not much different. It's not like you feel different overnight, even though I did have a realization that night. I don't exactly remember what it was, but it was pretty profound when I went through it. I was on a midnight walk, as I always am. I just had my wool sweater on, and I had my wool overalls on. I was walking the streets. I was at my cousin's house, and it was a good time. And life is just good, you know? I've said, you know, several times in this podcast already. It's pretty awful. But hey, let me have this. And something I did before I turned 20 is I actually bought a truck. You may have seen it in my most recent video. I did a clip of it where I was changing my steering fluid and I was talking. I just wanted to do that because I wanted there to be very many scenes for that video, so it could I'm just trying new recording styles for my content, because ever since I eliminated gaming, playing video games entirely for the rest of 2022, I decided that instead of using all the gaming footage that I saved up for this year in case I wanted to use it, I don't want to use it at all. And I would rather struggle and get better at doing something else. And that, for me, is getting more creative with what I record and what I'm recording doing. So that was kind of the start of that. And I think it's going to go places. I think I'm going places. And I think YouTube has gotten harder this year. But I'm doing very good at the moment. And that's awesome to say. Dude, see you, shorty. You stubbed your toe. Dang, that's tough, man. And so anyways, I bought a truck. I bought a 2008 Chevy Colorado. It has 143,000 miles on it. And the only issue that I saw was there was a lot of rust on the body. Now, yeah, after I filled the power steering fluid, it leaked out. It all leaked out. And so I'm gonna have to pay for that. But I did get a great deal on the truck. I only paid $2,200 for it. And so if you factored in all the repairs to make it a working good truck, $3,500, which is kind of maxing it out because I don't think there's gonna be that many problems with it. I think I got a great deal besides the $400 in registering it. That was AIDS, man. To think, I got this $2,200 Colorado. It's ballin'. It's silver, and I'm gonna be doing so good. I'm gonna get a good job and stuff, and be able to move out eventually and buy my own land. Maybe even some sheep and some horses, some ducks, and then I have to pay this $400 registration. Just completely ruined my day. I didn't know it cost money to register a vehicle, because how do you even get a vehicle? See, I was lucky enough to be running a business with my mother, and I had some money saved. And how do you even get a car as a child? It's impossible. Because what if you don't have access to the bus system? You don't have access to parents driving you to work. Then you have to save up all the money for a car, and then you have to pay all the registrations, and then having to pay for your not only your permit, which was incredibly expensive, but your license too, having to pay for the license test, the road test, I mean. That's insane. And I gotta take my road test next month, and it's actually crazy. Today, some random dude, he's not random at all, I knew him in high school. I had one class with him. It was 9th grade literature, and I think he was in 10th grade. I don't even remember his name, but he drove past me on the side of the road, and he's like, yo, Gage? I was like, what's up? And then in my head, I was thinking, don't know your name, but what's up, dude? I recognize who you are. What's up, man? And then he started talking to me how what's been going on in his life, and I love listening to people. I'm more of a listener than a talker, even though you hear me talking my brains out right now. Your permit test was free? Dude, no. First of all, welcome, Matthew. But I'm not talking about the permit test. To get the permit was 80 bucks. Oh, you're Levi Cody? Wait, I'm so confused. Who are you then? Are you Matthew or... No, you wouldn't be Matthew then. Sorry, because your name looks a lot like the unlicensed ghost, which is another person who subscribed to me. But thanks for coming to the stream, Code Levi. I've never seen you here before. When did you join? But it was the permit that cost the money, not the permit test. My bad. But the permit the actual card cost 80 bucks for me. And that was nuts. Day ruining, you could say. Had to go out to the car. I was like, Mom, can I have your credit card? I didn't know it was gonna cost money. And my mom's 38 years old. The last time she got her permit was when she was 16, and that was, 3 decades ago. But what was I talking about? Anyways, yeah, the system screwed up. It's impossible to get a car. I don't know how anybody would get a car. But right now, my plans for life is... I kind of have it broken down into steps right now. Here, let me get my phone. I wrote it in the notepad. Hold on. Don't let me lose you guys. So, get license. Right? I plan on going for my... I plan on trying to get my license this month. Get a job. Oh, as I was talking. So, this random dude I had one class with back in 9th grade literature stopped me on the street, was talking about his life, and I was listening. And he was talking to me about his job, on how it was starting at $20 an hour, and that they didn't have a lot of people working at the time, and they needed more line chefs. Chef cooks, I think. Or line cooks. And he was telling me about it, and I was like, whoa. Well, at the start, I was like, this is really weird. This seems like a weird pyramid scheme for somebody's business. But it was just a random dude. He was trying to help me out. He was saying he's offered a ton of people this job before because he wants to help people out. And I thought, okay, that was pretty cool. I mean, it was kind of trashy. He opened up with how much money an hour he was making, but I understand that when things are going good in people's life, like money, it's nice to be... If you worried about money your whole life, you get really excited when you don't have to worry about it anymore. And I guess that can go for telling somebody randomly on the side of the road that's going for a walk how much you're making an hour. But I thought it was awesome because I was listening to a podcast this morning on a walk. Yeah, I walk a lot. I walk like 4 hours out of the day. And it was the Smith Blaze podcast, and he said that he was talking about something, but if it's something you're passionate about and it's hard, it's a good way to lead to success. And that was funny because this guy told me this opportunity that he could get me the job, and I was like, man, because my goal was to work at the Starbucks inside of Barnes & Nobles, because every time I go to Barnes & Nobles, I see the baristas at Starbucks doing nothing, absolutely nothing, right? And they're just reading books on the shift. And I was thinking, man, that could be dope, just reading the manga in Barnes & Nobles while you're a barista at Starbucks. That would be awesome. And you'd get paid 16 bucks an hour. And so, but he told me that the job pays 20 an hour, and I love cooking. I even thought about getting hired at the bakery again as a cook, and I really wanted to do that. But it popped into my mind, but I was like, no, it wouldn't be worth the money. 14 bucks an hour. why would I do that when I can be a barista and read manga all day for 16 bucks an hour? And he offered me this, and it would be something that would make me extremely uncomfortable because it would be something I've never done before, and it would take learning new things. And I think that's awesome. And I want to be uncomfortable, and I also want to make a ton of money. So that's perfect. Because I got to feel doing YouTube somehow. I mean, I'm going to eventually have to quit because I've run myself into the ground with YouTube. Live streams today, subscribing, I think like a month ago. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Did you come from my main channel? Or this channel? Because if you came in from this channel, that's super weird and dope at the same time. But I've pretty much ran myself into the ground with YouTube. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault other than my own, but I should have been focused. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, I know. But I should have been focusing on getting jobs and stacking my money these last 2 years instead of following the silly dream of getting money off of YouTube, man. Or not actually getting money off of YouTube, because my goal was always to get money from pursuing what I enjoy rather than pursuing what I enjoy to get money, if that makes any sense. The first one being you're doing what you love and the money comes to you. The second one, you're doing what you love to make it into something that's you get money. But I'm 20 years old now and I have a completely unsustainable life. If I didn't have my mother right now and doing a business with her, and if she wasn't making me pay dirt cheap rent, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. And that's something that I realized is my life is so good. I have it so good. And I was lucky enough to do YouTube pretty much full time the last 2 years. And where have I gone? All I've realized in these last 2 years is that more than likely it's going to be impossible to ever make money off of doing YouTube in a legitimate way. And I've talked about this before. I don't want to go the Patreon route. I don't want to ask people to donate. I do not want to ask people to subscribe. And how does that leave you? I watch YouTubers that have 200,000 subscribers who make 100K a video, 100K views per video, not dollars. PewDiePie ain't even making 100K a video. And I see those guys and they barely get money off of their videos. So what does that mean for a small fry like me? 3,000 subscribers out here. I don't know how many views I get per video, but I'm guessing it's around the 10 to 20 views range. And I've been at this almost 5 years now. How am I ever going to be able to even pay for my groceries throughout the week with that? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Tom, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, Maine, dude, awesome. What video did you come from? That's so crazy to hear somebody that actually subscribed from my main channel and is new. Because Levi, I think you're the only new person that I've seen in months that has actually stuck around then, if you say you subscribed last month. Because it's been so long since I've seen anybody subscribe and actually stay around for something else in the channel. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming out of the stream. And Tom, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. My birthday was a month ago, but dude, I really appreciate it. Thank you. This podcast was supposed to be around after I turned 20 as well. It was supposed to be 8 days after, but hey, we're getting it done. And fortunately, I've been up to doing a podcast a month. That's the goal. That's been the goal. Did a podcast in January. I was supposed to do 2 in February. And I was trying to get a guest on this podcast, but it didn't work out. It was a longtime friend off YouTube that I actually made up with. There was some stuff that went on between us back in the beginning of 2018, but things we made up, things are good, and you know, it's nice to have a friend on YouTube again. Dude, I'm doing great, Tom. Life is good. I have a mustache now, mustache period. Oh, just tooted. your guest, but whatever, I guess. I'm trying to, Tom. Yeah, you could have been my guest. But right now we're doing it right here. I offered already 3 times. Dude, I would love to have you as a guest, Tom. You know what? We maybe even do it in 2 weeks. Oh, and there was another YouTuber I guess I kind of made up with. There was some beef with him. I've been wanting to make up with him the last 2 years because it used to really irk me what happened between us. Mostly on the other YouTuber side, but I commented on one of his videos and he gave me a good response, and I felt that lifted something off of me because it didn't weigh down on me anymore, but it's one of those things that you would like to resolve. It doesn't matter whether it affects you or not, you would like to resolve it. I feel that life is too short to leave things unresolved with people or leave bad taste in somebody's mouth. I don't want to leave a bad taste in somebody else's mouth, even if it's their decision whether they perceive it as a bad experience or not. Like I ultimately realized with that one person and how I wanted it to not affect me anymore, but I decided that you can still have a bad experience with somebody. Bad experiences are almost always not mutual is not the word, but when you have a bad experience, it's a bad experience. You can take things from a bad experience, but you know, if it left a bad taste in your mouth, it's not so great. And I don't want to leave that. I could die tomorrow. I don't want to leave that. Logan? No. I'm not going to say his name. But it wasn't Logan, no. You can't even get in contact with Logan. I also World at War top custom maps without Cheese Cube. I liked your humor, so I looked at your channel and loved your content. Dude. Dude, that brings a smile to my heart, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. That was a good video. I was talking to a friend the other day, and then I randomly looked at the video and saw it had over 10K views, and I was like, that's insane. I didn't even know my content could do that. For a long time, I wanted to make a follow-up to that video. The best BO3 maps that were not super popular. So, you know, everybody brings up your Octagonal Ascension on BO3. They bring up your Rust. That's another one. But there's a ton of other... Well, this is why I never ended up doing it. It's because there's just not good BO3 custom maps. I am a World at War legend, okay? I love World at War custom zombies, and I love BO3 custom zombies too, but the pickings are very short on BO3. There is not as many good custom maps on BO3, and I don't think I can make a video on it because, first of all, I don't play BO. I'm not playing video games for the entire year. That was my goal. I wanted to focus on reading books and really going hard on making better YouTube videos just to make myself happier. I realize now that I've gotten rid of that childish dream that I'm probably ever gonna make a living off of YouTube, and now YouTube purely is this just out of enjoyment. I only want to do YouTube out of enjoyment. I don't want to do it because I feel like this is it for my life. This is the only way I can make it, that's how I felt for a very long time. I just thought of YouTube as, I hate everything else in life. That sounds terrible, but jobs, man. I enjoyed running the cleaning business with my mom, but after graduating, that went south. That went south real bad. I'm talking southern Florida south, okay? And then there's just so many other jobs. I worked retail, didn't like it. I worked as a server at a bakery, didn't like it. I love doing labor, but the thing with labor is It degenerates your body so fast. I really hurt myself doing a lot of labor and hurt my back, and I'm still recovering from it. But I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling great. It's still kind of there lingering, but it's not bad, so bad that I can't get on my getting a job and making something of myself, because I know money is not everything. So we've had discussions like this all the time on the podcast, but to a certain extent, I feel that you do have to care about money to go forward, to get into a position in your life where you don't have to care about money anymore. You save up that initial $30,000 to buy that land, to buy your property in Alaska or Michigan or Minnesota, one of those. I don't know. I'm still looking. And then you work off your land, you do things, and you can be laid back, just make enough money to pay your taxes off and your food, but mostly going to be growing your own food and hunting your own food. That's the dream. And yeah, you almost have to care about money a little bit for a while to get to that point and to not care about money anymore. And I just want to get to that point. And I'm not worried about anything. I'm not worried about anything in this moment right now. I'm just enjoying myself on this podcast. I'm not even thinking about the future. I'm just discussing my thoughts with you guys, and maybe you can relate to my thoughts. I'm going to walk your dogs real quick. I'm going to be back in a few. All right, dude. I just want to relate this to anybody who might feel the same thing, because I've had so many times where I listen to other people talk on podcasts specifically because I like listening to other YouTubers do their podcast because I can relate to it. They're YouTubers. I'm YouTubers. It's a lot easier. And a lot of the struggles are different. As in, because a lot of the podcasts I listen to of YouTubers, they don't have to worry about money. But a lot of the struggles are still the same. And for me, one of those struggles that I share with a lot of YouTubers is giving too much up for YouTube. And I don't think I gave up anything for YouTube. I chose that. At the time, I didn't know. I didn't know that it's completely infeasible to make money off of YouTube anymore. I had this childish, it wasn't childish, but this hopeful dream of being able to do what I always dreamed of doing, which is doing YouTube for the rest of my life and making money off of doing it. And it seems every day that dream strays farther and farther away. You can't get money off of ads. And you can, but not a lot. And I'm not saying that, oh, I need a lot, but what can you do when I've given up so much time? I've given up 2 years of my life of making no money at all, or progressing myself to do YouTube, and I haven't really gotten that time back. And I did enjoy that time so much, and it was great times, but I gotta get focused on working, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm 16 and gonna try and get a job, but scared for an interview because I'm anti-social AF. Don't be. You're young. Don't be antisocial. There's no reason, dude. Here. I used to be about like this. I used to not like approaching people. I used to be scared in social. I used to feel awkward. This was back when I was maybe 14, 15. Or maybe even a little bit 16. But I think it was fully out of me in 18. I just realized we're going to die one day. What is the point of being socially awkward? Because being socially awkward, being antisocial, being unapproachable is all in your head. You make it up. It's in here. You're not actually antisocial. You're just not putting enough work in to not be antisocial. You're identifying with being antisocial, so therefore you are antisocial. And then being awkward, you think you are awkward, so therefore you are awkward. You're just not putting in the work. Now I'm like one of the most approachable people I know. I'm great at talking to people. I can start a conversation with a lady on the side of the road. she may feel like she's about to be held hostage, but hey, I feel perfectly comfortable. Ever since this mustache, man, I don't know. Maybe I can't talk to a lady on the side of the road anymore. But you had that dream too? Why haven't you worked on it? Or was the dream to make money, or the dream to do YouTube? Because my dream was always to do YouTube. And then it kind of developed over time that, yeah, you're going to have to make money too. And when I graduated high school, I thought that I have to make money only off of YouTube. I can't do anything else. I got to put full time. I even bought a course, a YouTuber course. It was $50, and I will admit it had some great information on it. But the thing is, I knew all the information already. Because I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, and I don't think that it's not worked out for me, but the thing is, I don't want to do what works out. If you see the type of content that works out, it's all exploitive content, unoriginal content, copy-paste content. I want to do something real, and you could say to an extent that I have to do that copy-paste content in order to get to a point to make an impact on people. But how about I just skip that step entirely and totally get rid of all the parts of YouTube that I hate and only do the stuff that I enjoy? And that's raising awareness of something, or just making a funny video about cooking baked beans. That's all I want to do, man. And I'm doing pretty good at it, staying consistent. I haven't made any profound content this year like I did last year. My favorite videos has to be why everybody's obsessed with con zombies. That is, I think, the best video. I don't even think I can top that video. I don't actually mean that, but I'm not working on topping that video at the moment, so I'm not gonna top that video. And there's no way I can accidentally top that video. I worked 4 months straight on making that video. There's no way I can just replicate that with my weekly upload schedule right now. Making money off of YouTube? Oh. For me, it was always the dream of doing YouTube, and then money just came along with it, that it would be awesome to be able to make money while doing YouTube. And then for a long time, I got caught up in blowing up my channel so I could actually start making money off of YouTube, when I've always been in a pretty comfortable place in life. And that can change any day. And that's what I've realized, is because so much in my life has changed since I graduated, which was in 2020. Stuff that I relied on to happen it fell through completely. And there were so many things that fell through, and things by the day feel like they fall through. And I'm not saying that's like it for everything, but that's what I've experienced. And so I need to be prepared in case if I don't have the stability anymore. Sure, I could be a bum and surf coasting off of cheap rent and only making enough money to pay rent for until I'm 25 and celebrate 10 years off YouTube and finally quit YouTube. But I don't want to do that. I want to be working. And I worked all of high school. I worked 2 jobs in high school and went to school. And I sometimes did my schoolwork. But I still uploaded every 3 days. And they were hard videos to make. I would grind out 8 hours days consistently throughout the week. So I know that it can be done. Because now you're just doing 5 8-hour shifts at a job and the rest is free time. I would love to do that, man. I really want a job. I really want a job. I do have a job, but I don't consider it a job because I've done it every single day my entire life, so it doesn't feel like a job anymore. Gingerbread black tea. Very good. I know I shouldn't be drinking it this late at night. It's 6:30, but hey, gotta enjoy some black tea while you're streaming. It actually has a really good taste. It has hints of gingerbread. I just farted. But you do mostly taste the black tea. But YouTube's great. I'm doing this podcast. I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to do it. I'm just talking, and I don't get a lot of time to convey my thoughts anymore. And that feels sad, because I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but I've completely lost every single friend graduating high school. And I don't think it was, oh, we don't like each other anymore. It just feels like people drift away really easily. My best friend is out in the Marines. Another one of my best friends doesn't even message me anymore. And then my other best friends, they just completely disappeared off the face of the earth. For me anyways. And so it's just, these podcasts are nice to have a conversation every once in a while, even if it's kind of with myself, because it's weird having a conversation in your head all the time, right? And that's my entire life at this point, pretty secluded from people. And it's nice to talk to you guys, or even if nobody hears us, you know. Thinking of doing YouTube for fun? Dude, highly recommend, and I highly do not recommend doing it for money, because you, my friend, will be very disappointed. This tomahawk's broken. You guys part of ways in life, do your own thing. That shouldn't be how it is, though. You know, I was always very loyal to my friends. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. Maybe it's just because I'm not in a point in my life that I necessarily enjoy. Maybe it's not where I want to be, and I kind of reflect that on the part of maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Because I think it's something subconscious. Really. I do. I really do think it might be something subconscious with me. I think I had this dream with YouTube, and I identified with it throughout all of high school. Everybody knew me as the YouTuber. I've been doing YouTube since the beginning of high school. I started my YouTube channel May 17th of 9th grade, wanting to start it since 5th grade. And so I think what happened was I identified myself with my YouTube channel so much. And then when I was in contact with my friends, it felt like they were doing something they enjoyed, and they're succeeding in what they enjoyed, which is, I don't even know at this point, because I don't even care anymore, and I've completely forgot. Sounds so bad, but that's what the friends did about me. But for a while, I think what it felt like was that I wasn't succeeding at something I put so much into, and I felt like a loser. I felt like that for a long time. Definitely outside of high school. In the rest of 2020, because I realized no matter how much I was grinding, this was when I looked at my views all the time. Even though I said that I didn't look at my views, I used to not try to hide it, though. I actively hide my views from me now, though, because I know once you look at those views again, it's addicting, dude. If you've ever had good views on YouTube, you get into this cycle of looking at your subscriber count and your views and then not getting any work done. But I think out of high school, my channel just kept on, I was looking at my views all the time, my subscribers, and I was going from 50 subscribers a month to 30, down to 20, down to 10, down to 5. And I was going down from 100 views at a video to 70 to 50 to 30 to whatever I'm at now, which I think is around 20 views per video. And I think that messed me up a lot, and I don't care anymore, obviously. That doesn't even affect me. I don't even care about YouTube at this point. I do care about YouTube, but not in the same way that I used to care about YouTube. I cared about YouTube in terms of that it felt like it was my identity, and I identified with YouTube, and that if you took YouTube away from me, then I would not fully be me. And now that isn't the case anymore, because I couldn't care less if I lost YouTube at this point. YouTube is kind of a thing that I do just because it's a hobby. As I was talking to earlier, I came to terms with I'm never going to be able to make this a job, or I could be able to make this a job, but I'm not willing to do the things that you have to do to make a lot of views and make a lot of ad space. I don't want to sell my soul. Just talking about some non-deep stuff. Nothing deep at all, really. Nothing about existential dread in life. No, none of that. Not at all. The buzzing might start. Hold on. No, it didn't start. Okay. But yeah, I don't know why. I guess friends do just drift apart. My entire life, I was always told by older people that you weren't going to... The people you were friends with in high school, they weren't going to last. They weren't going to be your friends outside of high school. And that's just so weird, because I never agreed with that. Now I do. Can you throw that axe at me? Yeah, dude. If it wasn't broken, I broke it throwing it too hard.
Yeah, you can kind of,
at trees.
yeah, you can kind of witness it.
But I think what does happen is I just cared. I think what happens is I get upset at the past. No, not upset, I'd say, but I think about the past, and I find it impossible that those kids that I grew up with, that I was the leader of the lunch table, that we had Ian, we had Connor, we had Raekwon, we had Thomas, and we're a tight-knit group. You know, we had our inner circle of friends. Ian and I talked, Connor and I talked, Thomas and I talked. And it's so hard to believe that outside of high school that those guys don't think about the same thing, that they don't care anymore. And I guess it doesn't matter, because we are not our past. We are not our future. We are just right now. But even so, thinking about that is I still cared for those guys for a long time. And I still do. I still hope they're doing well in life. And I have no ill will against them, even though it feels like I don't have them anymore. But I think, again, it comes to that thing. I think it's all a subconscious thing that I'm not fully enjoying. No, that's not a good way to word it, because I do enjoy my life a lot, but I'm not in the position where I want to be in life. And so it kind of, things that shouldn't bother me so much kind of bother me. Or it's the fact that my back. Let me say this. When I got my back injured, things that used to not affect me at all affected me a lot more. For instance, the cold used to never affect me. I was the kid who was out there, -10 degrees, in shorts and a t-shirt. I walked to school every day. Nothing could affect me. The cold, after I hurt my back, affected me a lot. And then there's other stuff that affected me too. And I think that might be one of the things, man. Just the back. Because this didn't affect me at all before my back started hurting. So I think I really think it's the back hurting and the position I am in life right now that makes me think about that stuff sometimes and makes me sad about it. But in reality, I know that my life is good and that this will pass. I got to fart again. Hold on. T-3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. But who knows? I know the thing is I didn't care about it before, so I'm only caring about it right now based off circumstance. So that's actually cool to figure out. Didn't really think of that until now. I used to sit at lunch table with a bunch of friends, but when I got to high school, all my friends went to different schools. Dang, that sucks. That was a similar story to me, but all my friends that I had classes with throughout middle school and elementary school, they just, they all went to advanced classes, and I was just in the normal classes, and I just never saw them again. I didn't have a single class with any of them until I had lunch in, I think, 11th grade with Ian. Yeah. You just sit at alone. Tom, you're one of those kids. What a Sigma male, dude. Man was on his grind set. He was thinking all the ways he could play Elder Scrolls 5. He was thinking about how he can beat that boss. He was calculating it on one of those notepads, those generic notepads that cost $1.39 at the grocery store. The composite notepads. I sit alone now, Tom. Dang. Nothing wrong with being alone. After being alone for a lot of months, you actually grow the most when you're alone. I've grown the last 2 years than I have grown in my entire life. No friends, only grind. What a Sigma, dude. I aspire to be like Tom. Tom has a girlfriend too. A real one. A real girlfriend. Like, he's seen her in real life. That's crazy, man. Tom, let's go, Tom. Sigma male. Black tea. Podcast's been going good, though. Life is good. Penis. Oh, yeah! There's a topic. There's a topic that I wanted to talk about. I wasn't even going off the topics anymore. I was just getting all depressed. Bro! 3 years of the podcast, almost. I started the podcast in June of 2019. Secret, I have sexed the girlfriend. Okay, that's cringe and not based. We do not believe in premarital sex here. Tom, you're banned. Goodbye. I guess I pinned the message. My bad. I meant to hit the ban button. Whatever. Almost 3 years of the podcast. That's insane. Now let me get to the real topic, because it's in the title and we're 47 minutes in. Oh, man. Okay. Is the zombies community gonna make a return? I was thinking about this, because if you see that, I think Microsoft bought Activision. No, they bought the Call of Duty franchise, and now Call of Duty is on a 2-year production cycle. And that's already going to do wonders with COD, because Call of Duty used to be on a 3-year cycle, and if you can't remember, all the CODs were good. All the Treyarch Call of Duties were good back then, until it switched to the whatever it was. I don't even know. Actually, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm not very knowledgeable about this stuff as I used to be. But anyways, all I know is they got more time. Zombies might be better. And also, I see a lot more people on YouTube uploading Call of Duty Zombies content. And it's this short form content that's really short, under 30 seconds long. But these videos are blowing up. There's channels with 1,000 subscribers that have multiple videos racking over 300k views. And that's got to say something. That's got to say there is still an audience in Call of Duty Zombies, that they have been reawakened somehow. And I feel like I'm missing out. I could be capitalizing right now, okay? I could be capitalizing, right? I'm a business Sigma man. I could be making Call of Duty custom zombie videos again. But I have to stay strong. I have to stick to my goal of not playing video games the entire year. So if I miss out, I miss out. Sure, it's going to be sad if I do miss out, but there's always next year, and I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm growing a lot as a person this year, and so I don't think it should matter. I think I'm growing more than if I would be making Call of Duty zombie videos right now. So hey, people may be succeeding off those videos, and I'm not, but I'm succeeding in the way that I'm making different content than I used to, and it takes a lot more work than it used to. BO2 and new peeps, but PS3 got banned. Dang, how did your PS3 get banned? And why are you still playing on the PS3? Play on PC or something, dude. Actually, old gen consoles probably have way more people playing on it than PC. On PC, if you're lucky, there may be 30 people in total online for zombies and 300 people in total on multiplayer. If you're lucky. It seems that everybody's on plutonium right now, which kind of sucks because downloading plutonium is so sussy. Very sussy. Very a sussy amogus. And I already paid the money to get the real game. Why would I play a hacked version of a trash? Oh, you have a trash laptop. Spent $400 on the PS3? Dang, dude. This actually throws me back to in the early beginnings of my YouTuber career, right? I always had this dream of having this dope setup. Incredible setup. I was going to have an Xbox 360. I was going to have an L desk. I was going to have an Xbox 360. I was going to have my PS4. I was going to have my N64. I was going to have my Super Nintendo. All hooked up to the Elgato. All hooked up to my quantum computer with 7080 Ti 300s. Okay? No, but really, I wanted to have all the consoles. And I didn't want to play the games on PC. I wanted to have the actual consoles and give that experience and record with the Elgato, which I've done on the N64, and obviously I've done it with the PS4, but it just didn't work out, and I don't know if I'll ever go back to video games again. It feels not real. You just make those video games don't add anything to other people's life. And sure, it may, if you're a 13-year-old who, even 13-year-olds now know that even a highly edited gaming video is super boring, man. I find those videos boring now. And I don't have a short attention span to things that are boring. But I read books all the time, and they can be boring, but I can still work through the boringness of a book. I cannot work through the boringness of a YouTube video. From my young age, like maybe 7, 9. Dang. Me when I spent 60 plus euros to play BO3 with Gage, only to play it like 3 times with him. Dude, we'll play it again in 2023. Sorry, I didn't choose to make the goal of not playing video games. The goal chose me. We'll play it again though. Don't worry. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. But I bought this Xbox 360 and I bought Call of Duty Black Ops for it, and I was gonna play all the maps for streams back when streams were it. Back when streams were the bomb. I used to feel like I missed out a lot because I just so badly wanted to be a streamer. I just wanted to engage with my community and then make funny videos occasionally and just play Minecraft Xbox 360 edition, play Black Ops on the Xbox 360 because that stuff was fun to me. And it felt so genuine and I loved it so much. And I just never did it. It's quite sad. But I did experience the streaming BO3 all the time, Zombies Chronicles. That was so fun streaming. And I enjoyed that a lot. And so I guess I have that experience, and streaming will never be like it was again on YouTube. I remember back when you would stream on YouTube, it didn't matter if you had 10 subscribers, you had the potential to get a stream where a ton of people showed up and OMG Gage so sexy. YouTube used to have this potential of you'd be able to get 100 viewers even if you had 10 subs. And that was so fun because the viewers ultimately is what made streams really fun. And of course the content creator did too, because it was the engagement between the creator and the viewer that made a very fun dynamic with a video game in the background where it was almost like conversing with somebody and you watched their gameplay. It was awesome. And may never get to experience it again, but hey, that's how life ended up working out, and I'm not disappointed because at least I did get a taste of what it was like. Streaming will never be it though on YouTube again. Never streaming on YouTube ever again. My max viewers were like 6 at one time, pretty sure. That's a lot of people. I know for me, I can't, if I started a stream on my main channel, I wouldn't be getting 6 viewers. But yeah, guys, it's been a really good podcast. I appreciate Shorty, Levi, and Tom for coming out to the 48th installment. Today, we talked about some different topics. We talked about me turning 20, about me buying a truck, about... Okay, never mind. I'm not ending the podcast. Guys, make sure to watch the next video that I post because it's the start of a new series. It's the start of a new series where I ask people questions and they get featured into the next video. And it's going to be an awesome new series that's it's based off of people actually responding to the questions. So, you know, it would be nice if somebody watched it and commented and replied to the question, you know. So that'd be awesome if you guys watched it. It's a new series. It's going to be awesome, and I'm so excited for it. I've been planning for a series like this since 2018, dude. And the video is going to be released Wednesday. So yeah, I'm uploading 3 times in 1 week. That's insane. Yeah, uploading Saturday, and then on Wednesday, and then on Saturday again. So yeah, you guys, I'm hoping you guys would be a part of the video. I'd like to watch it. Okay, dude, I'm hyped for it. And the question and watch that. But dude, I'm so excited for this series. It's gonna be awesome. It's the next big thing of the channel, and it's just something I'm passionate about and been planning and thinking of for so long, since 2018, and I finally made it into a video idea in a series, and something that wouldn't even get boring. So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning into the stream. It's been so fun, man. I'm so appreciative of everything I have in my life. I just got to sit down for an hour. Well, I'm standing up, but I just got to stand up and talk to you guys for an hour to explain my thoughts and then hear your guys' thoughts. And that's what this series is about, is hearing your guys' thoughts and my thoughts. Like, it's mainly focused on your guys' thoughts, though. And that's what I like about the new series, is because it's based off the people, not me, but it's the people. I'm just the face of it. So yeah, I love you guys. It was fun. Let me do the outro. Oh yeah, scuffed. Now let me find the file. Oh yeah, baby, we got it good. Goodbye, guys. Thank you. I love Tom period. And Levi.